Hi, my name is Raul of God Cured Me, and today I want to share with you some information I have on what really causes diabetes. All my life I was led to believe that the lack of exercise and the overdoing it with the intake of white refined sugar was the cause of diabetes. Now I'm finding out that's not the case. It is the overindulging in meat intake. Well, not exactly the meat, but the fat in the meat. As an expert on diabetes, Dr. Neil Barnard, who's on the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, explains that diabetes is caused by a diet that builds up the amount of fat from a typical meat-based, animal-based diet. You can look in the muscle cells of the human body and you can see they are building up tiny particles of fat, which causes insulin resistance, which means the natural sugar from the foods that you're eating cannot get into the cells where they belong. It builds up in the blood, and that's diabetes. Now that's pretty interesting to me, because not one time in my lifetime was I ever told that fat from meat causes diabetes. I was always told it came from sugar. Now here's the thing. My father died from complications of diabetes, but in my entire lifetime, I can count on one hand the number of times I saw him eat anything with sugar in it. He almost never ate sugar. The very few times I remember my father eating something with sugar in it was when me or one of my siblings had a birthday and my mother made a birthday cake. He might eat one slice and that was it. Even if the cake lasted 3 days, I never saw him eat any more of it. With this in mind, I could not for the life of me understand why he got diabetes, nor how I could help him to get rid of it when he rarely ate sugary foods. However, my mother and father were from the South, and every meal my mother cooked had some type of meat on the table. So this would make complete sense to me why my father, who almost never ate sugar, got diabetes. My father ate meat just about every single day of his life. So it turns out it wasn't white refined sugar that causes diabetes with my father. It was the fat in the meat blocking the natural sugar the body needs from entering the cells, therefore causing insulin resistance. So let's go one step further. If you eat a sugary cookie, the sugar lures you in because it's addictive. But inside the cookie is a huge load of butter or shortening, and that's what gets you fat and leads you to diabetes, not the sugar. Now please understand that white refined sugar is still bad for you. There are no nutrients in it, and there are no calories either. When you eat sugar, it does not cause inflammation, nor does it cause plaque buildup. It will, however, if you overindulge, nick at the inner walls of your arteries and cause the artery to build a scab to protect it, which is a good thing for the inner walls of the arteries to protect itself unless you keep eating crystallized sugar. Then the sugar will keep hitting the scab, which will make it get larger and larger until it swells and causes a narrowing in the artery that will restrict blood flow. Now sugar can consistently be burned off if you keep exercising and stay in shape. But the sugar is not what causes diabetes. It's the fat from meat and the oils that we're cooking with that causes diabetes, because it blocks sugar from entering the cells. Here's the deal. You see, they want to put all the focus on sugar, so you don't focus on the meat, dairy, pork, etc. Therefore, you won't even think for a second that the fat in the meat is causing diabetes and all other types of illnesses and diseases. And I'm sure you already know, processed meats also can cause cancer. The information I'm revealing to you comes from a movie on Netflix at the time of making of this video called What the Health by Kip Anderson. You should take the time to check it out because he goes way deeper into our health issues and the causes of them. So if you're like me and you want to avoid diabetes, or you know someone who has diabetes, it would be in your best interest to cut meat out of your diet altogether. But that also would include the oils that you're cooking with. Oils like canola oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, and any of the other oils that they're selling in the store. If you want to cook using oils, the oils you want to use to cook with would be avocado oil and grapeseed oil. These oils come from God-made plants, and the body is able to digest them properly. Like and share this video with someone you know who has diabetes to help them be able to reverse it.